Good evening, everybody. This is Sunday School with me. I just wanted to continue on how we can help our children. So, last week we talked about all the different types of activities we can do with our children or get our children involved in. I want to remind parents that there are other programs that are available in order to help your children. You can take your children to swimming lessons. Most of the YMCAs in every county out here in Missouri or even in New York have programs, swimming lesson programs. You can take your children to the museum. They also have art programs in the museum for children who may have skills in art. You can order calligraphy materials in the library. From Amazon, because there are different sources of writing materials to help children who is excellent in writing, so they could start their improve their penmanship. Some people might think like, "Oh, that's not a big deal." Yes, it is. I've hired people because of curiosity, because how beautiful their handwriting was in their application. I have hired people primarily because of that, because I believe like, wow, if they took the time to write this application out so lovely, that this person must be meticulous, this person must be thorough, this person must have a certain level of pride in what they do. So you would be surprised, how penmanship can kind of give you a step up in life. So those are some additional little things you could do: swimming and penmanship, and take them to the museum. There are programs in the museum that will help them as well. You can also take your children to different types of festivals. There are tons and tons and tons of festivals going on in around the country. When I was really young, like in my 30s, I remember, I don't really travel much, so I grabbed my kids. We jumped on Greyhound and we went to Philadelphia. Some people might go, "Oh, how cute! That's not really a trip." It was a trip for us. We landed in the Mall of Philadelphia and we kind of spent the day walking around. They saw something different. They saw different people. I kept them very safe. We stopped and got something to eat, and we didn't go to the Crayola factory out there or anything like that, because I didn't have the money to do that. But we spent a day together, and then we just hopped back on Greyhound and we came back home. Little things like that was very, very fun. And the library, there's just so many programs that the library have. It's just amazing. It's not just going to the bulletin board to see about things. There's programs actually happening in the library. And then what you're also doing is showing children how important books are. I had a family in my daycare who the mother took the children to the library almost every single day. Miss Regis, you remember who you are. And I'm so impressed with her. Her son is a medical doctor today, and she's just was a regular person. She was a nurse. She took her children to the library every single day, and it paid off greatly. There's so many things we could do with our children and for our children. That is very, very fun. Um, in Springfield, Missouri, there's Bass Pro. Oh my word. Talk about a scientific adventure. Bass Pro is amazing. And inside Bass Pro, there's all kinds of organizations that does things with children over there also. People go, "Oh, they're organ harvesting. I don't trust anywhere anymore. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, fine. If you want to live in a bubble, that's fine too. But just make sure your bubble is very powerful. Okay, you can make your bubble very powerful. How can you make your bubble very powerful? By exposing your children in your home to nutritious foods, exposing your children to educational content where you discuss with the children why it's important for them to know this, exposing your children to all kinds of exciting programs that you've discovered, whether through internet or DVDs, board games, chess. People think like, oh, chess is too hard. But if you teach your children how to play checkers and they become really good at it, chess is kind of like the next step up for a board game. People might go, oh, I don't want my children to play board games. Well, okay, they're going to end up playing video games. I think the board games, the physical games where your senses are engaged, is way more productive for your child's brain than the video games that are moving extremely fast. That's not really good for your children's brain. There are so many activities you can do with your child at home. There are educational bookstores. I just came from one. I mean, I went in there to buy just a few charts. I came out with $500 worth of stuff because we're having a homeschool in our on our property here in September, and I'm just so excited. I mean, I have my whole little uh, uh, living room area in my cabin. I took the couch out, and there's nothing there but a ton of boxes full of education material because I'm so excited to create this homeschool environment for all the children in our on our land. Right now we have close to almost 20 children on our land. we have almost 20 children. I call my land scripture land. On scripture land. Almost 20 children. And for me, I think we're going to have another family coming soon. And I think this is an amazing opportunity for the children to come together and learn, on their level as in a group setting. Or maybe I could do like in the morning, we do the little children. In the afternoon, we do the older children. I also have parents who are skilled parents. Now they're older like me and their children are grown, who are looking to help out. I'm already networking with parents to say, hey, can you teach this? And hey, can you do that? And you could go with us on trips? And I got to rent a van or buy a van or something. It's exciting. It's exciting helping children. Some people might say, why are you going to do all that? Your children are already grown. This is your time to enjoy life. I am enjoying life. I'm enjoying life because I'm doing my passion, which is gardening, and I'm doing my purpose, which is working with children. And yes, I say working because it does take a lot of effort to help children. But if you love children, it's wonderful. And it's worth every second of it. Okay? So don't be discouraged when you can't do things on your own with your children because you don't feel like you have the skills to do it. There's thousands of programs out here for children that are wonderful. You can research them, and find out, are they safe? Is it productive? Some people are afraid to take their children to Boy Scout and Girl Scout. Hey, I don't blame you, but it doesn't have to be that. There are a lot of church organizations that have similar programs for their children. Or you can create a program for children if you do not believe that the schools or the churches or whatever have the right the right activities. You can create a program like that. Or, for example, if you are in the Torah faith, you can create a Torah program for children. You'll be surprised how many parents want to join in on that to make it fun and exciting. Childhood is very short. It is very, very, very short. If you're not focused on making sure the children have a wonderful childhood, where they're getting to learn through play and learn through other ways, hey, it's going to go by really fast, and the child is going to turn around and be young adults, and before they know it, they don't have a lot of life skills. You can take your children camping out here in the Ozarks. It's so easy to do that. You just go near a creek, and you buy your camping gear, and you get a little tent. This is an open carry state, so have your weapon with you if you feel paranoid of bears and whatever else, and go camping with your children. Most people live on land. You can camp with your children in the back, in the backyard of where you live. You can camp out there. There's just so many wonderful, exciting things you can do with children. And children are so simple. They're so easy. You just make their little hearts happy, and they're just so easy to deal with. Buy them some bicycles, or buy clay, or buy make Play-Doh together and create things out of the Play-Doh based on what age they are, or get a lot of wood sticks and teach them how to take the skin off the wood, and maybe sand it down and paint it, and make a collage, or make like a beautiful art piece or something. I mean, the list can go on and on and on. But one thing I have to tell you, you are the gateway on earth for your child's success. If you do not have the right self-esteem and confidence in your own abilities, your children will not have the right self-esteem and confidence in their abilities. It's important to put aside your own fears, your own worries, your own doubts, and focus on developing your children, developing their abilities. Okay, we can continue on. I must say something. A friend of mine texted me. She said, "What do you mean children in Long Island are dumb as rocks?" Yeah, some of them are dumb as rocks. Okay, if you're saying to your mother, "Shut up, mom," you're dumb as rocks. If you're calling your father a prick, you're dumb as rocks. If you're calling your mother a bitch, you're dumb as rocks. I don't care how academically smart you are. You are dumb as rocks. And some of these parents are so foolish that they let their children talk to them any kind of way. And those children are dumb as rocks, because the foundation of your life starts from home. And in my culture, we say, "Tu n'as pas une bonne éducation," which means that the child don't have good education, meaning that they didn't have good proper training from home. And if your child is scoring A's in everything, and they're disrespecting their parents and slamming doors on their parents and calling them all kinds of names, you're dumb as rocks. That child is dumb as rocks, okay? So this is Sunday School with me. Thanks for listening, and I'll share some more nuggets with you when we come back. Have a good night.